Hello, Tonsil hockey listeners. We have some huge news.
We're doing a live watch-along of the entire first season at the Tommy Field in Kennington in London.
Woohoo! Please come. It'll be so sad if it's just the two of us. We are doing the first and second episode on February 22nd.
The third and fourth episode on February 28th.
And the fifth and sixth on March 1st. And at every single watch-along, we will have comedy guests to watch with us. We have Phil Wang.
We have Tia Kofi.
We have Fern, Brady.
We have Sophie Duker.
And there are more to be announced. You can get all of your tickets at the Always Be Comedy website or in the description below.
We can't wait to see you, loons.
Please, please come.
Come to the cottage.
Olga, I can't quit you.
I never, ever want you to ever go away.
This
Catherine.
is so exciting. I'm putting your mic towards your mouth, not to be like hostile, but because thank you to the people on Spotify who tell us that sometimes we get overexcited and step away from the mic. We're back though.
We're so back. We are so back.
Honestly, guys, we thought we would do this podcast and 7 people would listen and then we'd be like, that was a weird week.
If anything, it felt like, oh, this will be our exorcism and then we will be free.
Yeah, we'll just get it out, cauterize the wound, it'll be done. But actually, we're back and we're making it weekly.
Oh, big time.
Is that okay with you? We hope so. Here's the plan. I know you're thinking, what could they possibly get out of this? We're reading the books. We're going to start with Heated Rivalry today. That will be the second half of this episode. So is that you can listen to the rest of the episode beforehand, then pause, go read the first quarter of Heated Rivalry if you want to keep up with us, and then return. Is that
Yeah, you can do that. Or you can use it as a trailer.
Yes, or you could never read the books and just hang out with us.
Yeah, I feel like I listen to a lot of podcasts in place of books where other people tell me about a book that they've read, and that's my favorite kind of podcast. So don't ever actually have to hold a book.
If Books Could Kill has saved me reading so many books.
100%.
As many books as they've covered.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, agreed.
Celebrity Memoir Book Club. Again.
Yeah.
With all due respect, I'm not picking up Demi Moore's book. Sorry to me. But I'll listen to a podcast about it.
Book. That's brave. Okay. Hey gang, we're in. So this is the first of our weekly episodes, and we've started reading Heated Rivalry, the book. So for the next 4 episodes, that's what we'll be discussing in quarters.
We have started Patreon, and Patreon is going to serve exclusively as a book club now.
Yes.
So essentially, we're going to do Heated Rivalry on the main pod
In 4 sections
this month.
Yep.
But then on the Patreon, we're going to do the Vegas remix chapter that everybody told us about on YouTube. So we're saving that for Patreon. And on Patreon, we're also inviting all kinds of fan fiction recommendations.
Please.
We want Mpreg fanfic. We want links. We want links. Because you're talking about it as if it's this like mystical thing that's happening. We want links. We want proof. We want receipts.
I want specific lines you want me to be alone for. That's what I want. Yes, we're going to listen to Fire and Ice on the Patreon at some point. We're probably going to talk about the last like kind of supplementary chapter in Heated Rivalry on Patreon.
Correct.
It's going to be a perverted little book corner over there, and we hope you'll join us. In the meantime, we've got business to attend to here.
We've got a mailbag.
We've got a mailbag, but also we've got some big news. We have to can we reflect on the culture? And I say by the culture, I mean our own mad algorithms.
Everything you think Heated Rivalry has exited the news cycle. It's back with them opening the fucking Olympics.
By the way, the Winter Olympics. Who knew? I genuinely. Pre this whole show was like, there's a Winter Olympics? I remember
that's so
being
offensive
like,
to me.
no, because I remember
so
we all decided it was homophobic at Sochi. Sorry. And so I just kind of forgot about it. I was like,
what do you mean homophobic?
Did
you see all the gay athletes that went to the Sochi Olympics?
But I just was like, rich people go to the Winter like, isn't that skiing? I didn't know what it was. Anyway, turns out there's a Winter Olympics, you guys. And it happens every
I've never hated you more.
mark 4 years. And I wonder what they're up to. I'm actually going to find out this time.
Ice dancing, ice skating,
Ice
luge, bobsled, curling, snowboarding, skiing.
Of these are real
Oh my
words.
God. Okay. Lindsey Vonn, ex-girlfriend of Tiger Woods, her own woman, thank you very much. She was
I'd contested that. That's the level of anger I'm getting.
An Olympic skier.
Is she?
Okay. Her first Olympics, 2002. She retires, gets a new knee, thinks, hey, this knee's feeling pretty fly. She's back in the Olympics 2026 representing USA.
That's incredibly
41
hot.
years
putting
old.
up her hands,
41 years old.
She did her
ACL 2 days ago and she says she's still competing.
She did her ACL 2 days ago and she says she's still competing.
Go Lindsay Vonn, okay?
Wow, okay, just found out about the Winter Olympics that I'm already in. Now say luge to me again.
Luge.
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about?
It feels like a drinking game. It feels like a way you
Is
get
luge and bobsled the same thing? Am I going crazy?
No. This is the solo one.
Luge
Oh,
is
and bobsled is all
But
together.
there's
Cool
new-
runnings.
But there's the two versions. There's the one where they go face forward.
Skeleton? Is that what it's
I
called?
think so, and then feet forward.
These are
Yeah.
solo
Which one's
bobsledders
scarier?
going forward and back. Is that what you're saying to
Yes.
me? Listen, I've only heard about this for 3 minutes and I'm so invested. Let's maybe do an episode on that. We're thinking of maybe getting a hockey expert. I know everyone gets so mad, but anyway.
Yeah, because there's
way
women's
more-
hockey. There's women's hockey at the Winter Olympics, and
So
then
you
there's
know that's
lesbian
gay.
and there's lesbian hockey players on it.
Well, no, there's hockey players on it. You don't need to say, come on, grow up. Grow
Uh,
up. It's like when people say queer salsa. I'm like, behave yourself. Get a grip. There's no need. Okay, wonderful. Well, we've started reading Heated Rivalry. We know this much. We've had a mailbag full of things sent to us. We've had so many comments. By the way, I'm obsessed with the people on Spotify. Obsessed with them because the people who go to Spotify are like, they're truly the me's of the commenters. They're not.
Are they fact checking you?
Yes, but with the most generous of ways. They're like,
Aw.
I assume you were about to find this out, and no doubt we'll do the research. But in the interim, may I offer they're very comments, not questions people, and I
Okay.
adore them. Never stop, never change. We've had a lot of DMs, a lot of comments, a lot of emails in the last week, so thank you so much. Producer Reese and Charlie have put them all together for us. Do you want to hear some of these?
Absolutely, yes, please.
Okay, well, this is exciting. Here's one that we've had from a person called Sarah. I won't give you any more details. Hello, sending love and a huge thank you from New Mexico, USA. We're international, baby.
That's crazy.
We're international, yeah. Y'all. So you know that's legit. It says y'all. Y'all have the best Heated Rivalry podcast out there. Thank you for all that you do. Sarah means the world because you know I'm listening to the rest of them. And there are multiple and they are all good. So we'll take it. For me, a 30-something-year-old bi woman, good for you. You don't have to give us your age, Sarah.
You don't have to decide how old you are, and you don't have to decide what gender you prefer.
Hell yes. From America, the only other pieces of media that depict a love that made me feel like Heated Rivalry makes me, all of us feel, is nothing. No piece of media has come close to how Heated Rivalry has made me feel. It is, in my humble opinion, a great work of art like the Statue of David or the Sistine Chapel. Yes, Sarah.
Correct.
Sarah gets it.
Correct.
Wow. We're how many minutes in and we're comparing it to the Sistine Chapel? Fuck yeah.
I say it's better.
It certainly makes me hornier.
More
although I am
ass.
on my back for both. Yes, more ass. It's true. Is it more ass?
No, you get side ass on the Sistine Chapel. I don't know if you get full cheeks. Right in.
That's a really good point, Sarah. Thank you so much.
But also, both created by gay men. Things to think about.
Things to think about. That being said, the closest depiction of a love story I can think of that made me feel anything close to HR that isn't a Jane Austen story, although, wow, really good comparable. Don't you think? A lot of Austen is like...
Can't say I've ever read any Jane Austen. Sorry.
You can't even listen to a podcast about people who've read Jane Austen.
Sounds boring.
It's a lot of yearning, and you do have to fill in the gaps yourself.
I
whereas-
watched Clueless. That's based on Emma, isn't it?
That's the
There
same.
we go.
Fine, she gets it. Is season 2 of Fleabag? Yeah, the chemistry between Fleabag and the
Yeah.
Hot Priest is deliciously devastating, and I had to immediately rewatch the series after my first viewing. Okay, it has nothing on the rewatches I've done of HR, but still. Another weirdly, I love this so much, by the way, another weirdly horny romance for me would be the first 2 Underworld movies, Kate Beckinsale's vampire and her hot, cold werewolf vampire hybrid lover. Never seen it.
Never seen it. I do know she was married to the director, I'm pretty sure.
I do know she's hot. I understand she's hot. She feels straight hot to me.
Ooh.
Sorry.
She's been known to date a comedian. She did Pete Davidson and Matt Rife.
Yeah, but neither of those are me, so what value is that? I couldn't be further from both of those men on any spectrum. Jesus. I don't have one single tattoo, and I like women. So, you fill in the gaps. But yeah, okay, interesting. Now she has also put bullet points in her email, which God bless her.
Oh God, no, woman to of her own heart.
Right, capitalized, unhinged, horny F4 observation. Don't mind if you do, Sarah.
Let's go.
So I think y'all might be the only people I feel comfortable divulging this to. Sorry for reading it out loud, Sarah. And frankly, I'm thrilled to do it. So,
Sarah, I'm in love with you, just so you know.
but it is too horny, and I'm sorry but more people need to be made aware. In episode 4, Rose, when they're at Ilya's house in Boston and Shane gets on Ilya's lap, you can see Shane's ass actually quivering through his boxers.
How do you get your ass to quiver?
And it's literally insane, and I'm insane. Please lock me up. I'm sorry. That was too horny. Sarah, You can walk free, baby. We don't
She
need.
CC'd the New Mexico Police Department. This is a confession.
Maybe we'll put you on parole, but I think you're doing community service by the sounds of it, so you're good. Thanks again for the podcast. Big fan, Sarah. Wow.
Sarah, I'm obsessed with you. I will
Okay,
also
time for a
say-
rewatch.
I will also say, I think it's so astute. The observation about Fleabag season 2, that is, I mean, obviously it's a completely different flavor of yearning, but yearning nonetheless.
It is yearning. I do hate that they never get what they want. Spoiler. Sorry. And while you were talking, I'm really sorry. I was counting the actual asterisks that are in the word that has replaced ass. She's put asterisk out.
Oh.
But actually, there's enough that she meant asshole. I think she means asshole. I think you can see his asshole quivering. Wow,
We're talking about a pucker.
That's the best email I've ever received.
I love that.
Certainly the
I
only one
love
about
that.
quivering assholes I've received, which now on reflection I think is quite rude. Would you like to read me one?
I would love to.
Oh my god, this is exciting and feels culturally appropriate for you to read.
Okay.
No, culturally appropriate. I'm so used to the other one.
A Russian question from Chelsea. Okay, well, I really, really hope that I can answer it. This is
Me
lovely.
too.
Hi, folks. Hello.
Hi.
I haven't gotten to the last episode of the podcast yet, but I hope that there's an announcement at the end about continuing into the book since I love your insight and humor so much.
Chelsea girl.
Oh my God, do we have news for you?
Woohoo.
I was wondering if Olga could explain the difference between the order of the words I love you in the show I You Love, and that's what it sounds like, and how she said it in episode 5 on the podcast and how Rachel Reed has it in the books I Love You. Just curious and looking to learn something new. Thank you for this very fun show. CG.
We're linguists and perverts, actually.
Okay, well, actually.
Thank you.
I'm so glad that you're letting me nerd out about this. Oh my God. Okay, so in Russian, it is interchangeable to say I love you, I you love. Я люблю тебя, я тебя люблю. It's exactly the same meaning.
Okay.
I guess like maybe one sounds ever so slightly more poetic than the other, but in reality, they are completely interchangeable.
And do you use the same version of I love you for a family member as you would for I'm in love with you?
Yes.
Which like same in English. I just wondered if would one be more familiar and one be more romantic or no?
No, so it's not like a te amo, te quiero situation. As I understand our Spanish-speaking brothers and sisters use.
I literally don't have a reference point. I was like, cool, thanks for glad to know it's Spanish.
No, you say I love. But I will say something very important. I think the I love you being like a big moment in a relationship, it may have changed, but it is a very uniquely English language thing. It's like, have you said I love you? Like, that's not really a thing. And I think if it is a thing now in Russia, it feels maybe it's a byproduct of it being an English thing that is such a big point in movies and TV shows that like now people culturally understand that it's kind of a big deal because it's like always such a big plot point.
Whoa.
It's just kind of like, it's just such a throwaway word. I'll say it to fucking anybody.
Wait a second. This explains so much about you. Because if I may, you're a whore with intimacy. That's crazy. So you guys are just going around saying I love you like it means nothing because it doesn't?
Yeah, it's just like, the fuck? Because the thing is, I don't think you'd say I like you. That would be so weird.
What? Okay, I mean, none of these are natural to Irish people. If you love someone, you
we
mock
are in
them.
the opposite spectrum.
If you like someone, you mock them. If
Yeah.
you feel desperately head over heels for someone, you mock them. It's very simple stuff. But what do you mean?
I think the Russian vibe is like you never speak to each other and then you just show up at their doorstep quite angry, say, I love you, you're my wife now.
Oh, that also, to be fair, sounds very hot. Okay, fascinating. Well, that was a really good learning. Well
There
done,
you go.
Chelsea. Thank you
Something
for
to think about.
asking.
There
Okay,
you
well,
go.
we have another one. This is very fun. So we asked on Instagram, I think, what other queer couples in media made you believe in love? And H wrote in, or H, I can't keep up with British people, wrote in with this. Catherine, to answer your question about other couples that made me believe in love, I think for me that would be David and Patrick in Schitt's Creek. Yes. Also, oh my God.
Very sweet. Simply the best.
Simply the best in this and a horrible
Also,
week.
rest in peace,
I
Catherine
know,
O'Hara.
truly that. Oh God,
Canadian
she was
excellence.
Canadian excellence and just the
I
nicest,
really-
most wonderful. It really upset me. Anyway,
Can I say
alone.
something? Can I say something? Genuinely, one of my thoughts was, I hope she watched Heated Rivalry. Is that bad to say? I just want her to be happy. She had the time.
she would have loved loved Heated Rivalry. She and Princess Diana would have loved Heated Rivalry.
It's Canadian excellence. I really hope that she got a screener and she got through it. I really, really hope so.
God, I hope she did.
Rest in peace. I love you, Queen.
Wow.
Comedy royalty, Canadian excellence.
Yeah, and a real redhead icon, a trailblazer. Wow. Listen, I think that David and Patrick, for me, did the same thing. It was just like pure acceptance on screen was so beautiful. And it was that wedding. Oh, God, I can't. That was the last time I was insane This Person Has Written, which I love so much. And we all know that this is a mental illness. Or Evan and Isaac in Scam.
I have no idea what that is. I'm going to Google that real quick.
Charlie has all the answers. Let's hear it.
So Scam was this like Norwegian teen drama, like Skins, but way more recent, so a lot more kind of it's not even quite Gen Z because it's sat somewhere between like end of millennium.
How do you do Gen Z skins? Do they just not drink and never take their clothes off?
No, I think they still did all that, but it was just a lot cooler and more full of acceptance. And,
wow.
But basically, everyone went insane over it. I think it might have been a Facebook TV show. I can't remember.
What? Whoa.
Everyone went insane over it, and for a while, all the TV commissioners were like, "We want to make a version of Scam."
Okay, do we need to watch Scam?
Do we need to watch Scam? Right in. To be honest, most happy ending queer couples, sadly, there aren't that many. Listen, don't we know it? Well, these are great messages. Thank you so much. Now we have a new TV show to watch, episode 4, Quivering, to check out. And we've all learned a bit about Russian. How exciting.
This is so exciting. Oh my God, I really feel, and this is, this is cringe, but I feel like we have a little community.
I do too. I feel like that is generally the comment section on YouTube and on Instagram and on Spotify. I'm like, there's more of us. There's more of us. We're safe. Everything's okay. Best things you've seen in the culture this week, because obviously for me it was I saw so many people tweeting that they're freaking livid with Bridgerton because it's like, where the hell are Ilya and Shane? And I agree. I keep being like, come on.
I never got into Bridgerton. I don't like period stuff. I really don't like period stuff.
I really got confused for a second there.
I am on my period also, yes, if you guys can tell.
Sorry about my horrible cough. Yeah, I think I got into Bridgerton in that way where I now feel like I'm in, so I have to keep watching it. But I'm not happy about it. That's how I feel. I just feel a bit like, come on.
I can't do it. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I mean, nothing but respect for everyone in it. Some of the most exciting news, obviously Conor Story hosting SNL. Huge.
Woohoo! Oh, baby boy. How's he going to be? The thing is, okay, you know the Globe speech? I feel like he committed so hard to the comedy bit.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like the room went with him sufficiently.
I was annoyed at that. I was like,
this is so cute and funny.
I wonder if there's like a level of resentment for the level of fame that they have from the general Hollywood elite. I'm making this up. I'm completely making this up.
I think it's that the Hollywood elite have no sense of humor. They just like don't know what jokes are.
It could also be that.
Or maybe to be fair, I guess there's also sometimes when really hot people are being funny, I'm like, I don't get it. Like, because I'm like, why do you need to?
Yeah,
like,
so
stop. I'm like, what?
He was saying that he was taking clown classes, and I was like, yeah, okay, you're taking clown classes. And then he explained one of the bits that he was doing, and I was like, that actually sounds so funny.
Yeah, he's great. But I do get why people, like, sometimes even like, yeah, just when people are hot and funny, I'm a bit like, but you don't need to do that.
Okay, but why are you hosting a podcast with me?
Interesting.
Also, Hudson Williams is writing a book. It's a good thing. We have a book club on Patreon.
We have to read it.
I need to read it.
We have to read it.
My king.
Shall we get into this bloody Heated Rivalry book?
Let's do this, baby.
Let's do it. Okay. First thoughts, initial thoughts, just like observations before we get into the technical chapter breakdown. Okay, I'll go first. Thank you for asking, since you're being you're pondering. Do you want me to go first?
Open.
Okay. You sound like Ilya. Listen, I love it. I was hooked from the second I was in. It knows exactly what it is. It's not trying to be anything. I love the idea that she sat down and wrote this without knowing what was going to happen and where it was going to go. Just for herself, in a room, ? In her house. And she saw it through. I'd have gotten to the first sex scene and been like, yep, that's cool, I've come. And then been like, I'm good. But she kept going.
The answer to how many times can you come in a day?
Yeah, truly. I'd have been like, all right, that'll do it. I love that she committed to it. And I find it so easy to read. As you know, it has my favorite thing, which is short chapters. But also, to me, it is, I know that it's gone the other way around. I know it goes book, TV show. But if you've watched the TV show, The book is exactly what you want it to be, in that it is telling you exactly what they're thinking in the scenes you just watched and what's going to happen next, which to me is like, I wish all TV shows had a manual for afterwards for what I could expect and hope for. So for me, it was a real like, okay, I needed more food and I found more food.
Okay. That's really nice. That's
Your
really
voice
nice.
is so high.
There is a Russian like apocryphal story that I don't know if actually happened, and I don't remember the details of it, but it's something that really stuck with me. And it was like some incredible piano player, like just absolutely like a virtuoso. And someone approached him and they were like, hey, I'm such a huge fan of your work. Can I please play for you? And the piano player was like, yep, sure, play for me. And the guy just absolutely gave him everything. He was playing and playing and playing and playing and playing for him, trying to impress this virtuoso. And then the virtuoso went, well, it's better than drinking vodka. So you're like, I don't know why you're telling me this.
No, I'm actually thinking it is better than drinking vodka an insult or a compliment in
It's
Russia.
meant to be a sort of compliment. Isn't like, the implication was like, you're not good, but you doing this is probably better than drinking vodka. At least you're like occupying yourself.
Better than you wasting your life.
So I'm going to be completely honest with you. Within the first 2 pages of this book, I was like, well, Rachel Reed, writing smart is better than drinking vodka.
You asshole.
Listen, and the only reason I feel comfortable saying this in this safe space is because I think the latter half is actually tremendous. Because I was hopeless. Like, honestly, and the thing is, I then read some of the YouTube comments on our episodes, and some lovely listeners were like, Rachel herself, I have not looked this up, but apparently Rachel herself was like, I was learning to write as I was writing this book.
That's so
and she,
cool.
like,
she's cool.
And she was like, the first half is admittedly, in retrospect, like too long and like doesn't have, but then the ending, I haven't finished it completely, but I'm like in the third. I'm reading the third part now, and it gets so much better. Like, I was glued to it.
Okay, good, because I'm glued. I, as you know, read ahead. I need to
don't
have a
spoil
word
it for
with
me.
myself.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, I need to
I
have a
don't
word
wanna
with myself and be like fresh for the listener. But yes, I could have happily read all 6 in one sitting.
Okay. Given the fact that you are happily into it, and given the fact that I respect Rachel Reed, nothing but respect for my queen, and B, will also say the second half is really, really good. I'm just really going to go in on the first half, if that's okay.
That's allowed. Also, I think there has to be representation of that, because if I may, I've listened to some other podcasts and they're so effusively fanning, and that's great. But I think, having looked at our comments, there are several people who agree with you, and those comments read like, are you guys going to read the book? They're not good, but you'll have the best time. And I think that's where you're at, and that's okay.
Okay, and I guess my first couple of questions, I think it's important for a woman to imagine gay sex. I do think that's it's an important thing you should do as an ally.
Yeah, you're doing the work, you're doing the learning, you're doing the reading. I agree.
How much of gay sex do you really think involves the slit? Just how central is the pee hole to gay sex? And if you think it's about 95 to 97%, according to Rachel Reed, you'd be right.
I love it. She gets to live in a world she made. That's fine. The girl has a focus. It's nice. I think it's nice.
How much do you think is fingering, licking the slit, the pre-cum factory that is Shane Hollander in this book, the slit getting wet as if a vagina would?
Yep, I like it. She writes what she knows. I love it. Can I just tell you, before we get into and wow, we've gone in already, but before we get into the details, which obviously is not going to be your focus of the trajectory of the book, I would like to say that I have to tell you a story, which is that when I was in school, I was in a history class, and in my history class, only 7 girls took history for what is the equivalent of A-levels in Ireland for our leaving cert. And
what were the rest taken?
You could take whatever number. You just had to take 7 subjects so that your exams were marked out of the best 6. But like they could, as long as they did English, Irish, and maths, they could take whatever. So I took history, so did another 6. We weirdly were like very type A, surprise.
I need to know where this is going.
Who would all sit apart. Like, nobody sat beside anybody. We sat all spread out, the 7 of us. I don't know, to make the teacher feel like we were a more...
Were there boys in the class too?
No. I went to an all-girls school.
Oh.
Obviously. Have we met? Have we met?
Can I
Have
say
you seen
this?
me try to talk to a man?
Wait.
You should watch it. It's like still so weird. I know it is. I try. I know it is though. I'm so weird.
No, because, okay, I'm about to say the meanest thing I've ever said in my entire life. Girls who went to all girls schools cannot be friends with women. and you are surprisingly good at it.
Oh my God, thank you so
Anyways.
much. I do agree with that. And if it helps, I'm not friends with any of the girls I went to school with.
Okay. Because girls who go to all-girls schools put male platonic friendship on a pedestal that is kind of disgusting. Anyways, but I guess you're gay, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. So we're back. We're back in. We did the full circle. But except to say that in that class, it got weird. It got weird because, for me at least, because I sort of knew, I thought I was gay. And this girl with pink hair in my class would always, in history, it's the only class we shared, ask me to read her novel. It was written in a copybook. It was, I shit you not, exclusively filth. It was, and I'd never kissed anybody. So it was like...
What flavor of filth? Straight filth?
No, lesbian filth. It was like, and like queer filth.
She was obviously hitting on you, right?
It was, but it was like too much. It was like Ilya style sexting of Shane, who was like, yeah! But like I'd never watched porn. I'd never really watched, like, I only had 3 channels on my TV. Like, I had never kissed anyone.
How old are you?
I wouldn't kiss anyone until I was 19. At this point, I'm 16, 17.
Oh my God.
She would just send me like absolute filth in pen. Like it, and she was writing this novel, I guess. Question mark, where is she? What's happened to it? But
question mark, is Jacob Tierney willing to make it into a TV show? What was the plot? Can we get like a
There was
loose
definitely
plot?
dancing in a street, and there was definitely a lot of like guitar players. And good for her. And good for her. But it was like, when I tell you that it's such a like visceral memory of, I'd be like, oh yeah, sure. Waiting for the teacher to come in, trying to be reading this, being like, yeah, that's wow. What's the word count? Like,
were you
it was
like complimentary of it?
I was stressed by it. I was mainly like, has she clocked I'm gay? Why is she showing me this? I don't fancy her, but I do fancy women. This is making me feel weird. I do want to read the rest of it. It was very confusing. So I guess compliments to the chef, because I did want to read the rest of it. But
oh my God.
all of that is to say that it only...
You went to school with Rachel Reed.
Well, no, but I only remembered this when I started reading this book. I was like, what is this weird feeling? Oh yeah, it's that. And so it just makes me think, I hope she's okay, and I hope she's successful. And where is she, and what's she up to?
I think she's doing just fine.
Joanne, if you're listening, hi.
No, genuinely, do you really not know where
I
Joanne
really
is?
don't know. She's actually hard to find on the internet. I've checked. Obviously, I've checked. I didn't check.
No, she definitely has a pen name. Joanne with pink hair has a pen name.
I hope so. Yeah, probably. She's probably huge on Tumblr. But I just or AO3. We're still learning.
What is that?
I told you.
Oh, well, I forgot. So
the book.
Okay.
It opens, unlike the television show, with a flash forward. So we open knowing that these guys have gotten together.
Yes, and then they're starting to get feelings for each other.
How did you feel about it? So we open in October 2016. Montreal.
Yeah, I felt getting into the book was a little bit of a challenge for me, and not because...
Is it because it opens with hockey? And there is more hockey in the book than there is in the show, by the way, which I enjoyed.
But less Svetlana.
Way less Svetlana. We're skipping ahead. Sorry. Okay, so what I think of the opening, did you imagine the actors the entire time? Yes, and it helped so much, which, by the way, is really hard to do when you first start the book, because, okay, one of the big differences between the book and the television show is the descriptors, in my opinion, of the characters. Mm-hmm. Because she describes them quite differently. Yeah. So
with a bear tattoo?
So Ilya has a Boston Bears tattoo on his oh my God, turn off your phone, we're at church, Jesus. On his pec has a bear tattoo. Yuck. Big yuck. Big glad they got rid of that. Yeah. Because I guess they didn't have the rights, to the bear. Fine. But also they describe him as much taller than Shane. Yeah. Which, no matter what the gender dynamic is, I don't approve of in relationships. Be near the same height. Interesting. Yeah, I just think it's gross. Interesting. Yeah, pair up with your buddy. That's what I think. Everybody, okay. Yeah, get information kind of thing is my view. It's not a normal view. It's not a. I also don't know if that's something you live by. It is. I only date. She's only taller than me sufficiently that I can wear heels. I'm thinking about your ex. Oh yeah, but ex for a reason, am I right? That's the only reason they dumped me. I don't know why I said that. Focus. But yeah, so there's a big height. They removed the crate from under their feet, and they thought, I can't live like this anymore. I will, by the way, take mad stances on things that I didn't think about before the episode at any given moment. But yeah, so he's really tall, Ilya, and also he is
Hairy.
very hairy.
Yeah.
Which our sweet boy Connor Story is not.
No.
So I did imagine the actors because well, that's the reason it's so hot. What I also remembered when reading this is I'm sorry, I know this is weird, but I do find the written word so hot. So much hotter than television even.
Interesting. So you thought, did the sex scenes do it more for you here than in the movie? That's so
Is that
interesting.
Weird? It's weird.
Really interesting.
Also, how brave to write out what you think sex is.
I think that's gorgeous.
Isn't it so brave?
This is me borrowing a Chloe Petts analogy. Chloe
Please.
Petts, friend of the show, a friend for life. I will say Chloe Petts has an amazing bit where they talk about how when they were pretending to be straight, they were doing an approximation of a straight person the same way that if you go and look at the animals at the Horniman Museum, they're approximations of what the people thought exotic animals look like because they never saw the exotic animals. They were just given their skins and they were just stuffed them in a shape that looked like an animal.
That's why they like overfilled walruses.
Yeah. So I do think this is like an approximation of gay sex that's very sort of like through the grapevine guessing.
But I also just think generally like to write down what you think flirting is, what you think like coming feels like is very exposing and very brave. I would personally not want to write down my thoughts on it.
And you know what? I will say, brave is a word. The first thing I've highlighted in the book, it's page. If you're reading along, oh no, sorry, it's for Russia. I had it before playing for bears. That was the first thing I highlighted. No, but the most important thing I highlighted, page 16.
Wait, he had the tattoo before he
became a bear. The bear was for Russia, not for the Boston Bears.
Is that not a joke?
Oh,
wow, you're Russian. Maybe that is real.
Tattoo of a snarling grizzly bear for Russia. I had it before playing for bears. That makes sense to me. That you as a Russian person would get like a Russian tattoo.
Really? I just can't relate to nationalism in that way. But
that being said, he doesn't like Russia.
That's
I don't
what
know.
I'm saying.
Interesting. Okay, write in.
Please write in.
I will just end every sentence with write in. But no, page 16, the first, as we're talking about her sort of imagining gay sex, coated Rosanov's fist with his release.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
How do we feel about the word release?
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting how many ways she will find to say jizz.
Come. But she never does say come or jizz.
She never says come or jizz. She never says, like, she just always says release or, there are other words she uses.
Excretion? No, I don't think so.
But it's like, it's got that quality.
Yeah. Also, she sometimes refers to them as each other, like as the other man, which feels very distant to me.
Say more. What do you mean?
Well, it'd be like like Shane kissed him and the other man kissed him back.
Oh.
Instead of using the he or the name, she'll throw in the man, which weirdly like takes me out of it a little bit. I do think.
Wow, I didn't notice that at all, and I just thought, wow, now that's literature.
I think there's a lot to be said about the sort of vocabulary that is used in the gay sex scenes.
Yeah.
Release being one of them.
Release being one of them. Slit being another.
Slit. Oh boy.
The stilling being another.
What's
Ilya does a
stilling?
lot of stilling.
What's
whenever,
stilling?
as in like whenever he's about to come, he stills inside Shane basically, and then he comes. I guess to like empty himself in, which she also says.
Oh.
Yeah. She talks about the weight of their balls a lot when they're, I guess, in need of coming. I'm learning so much. To me, what I figured out from reading this book is I was like, I don't think I realized how like milking a cow fucking a man is.
Milking is huge.
Yeah.
Milking is huge.
But
I'm going to keep saying
that.
I think it's like a term that's used in porn and stuff. And it's like, you're like, you milk. And okay, sorry, not to plug another smut book, but Morning Glory Milking Farm is is an now infamous smut novel where a girl,
Morning Glory Milking Farm.
Yes.
We're saying that.
We are
We're
saying
just
that.
saying that like that's a normal
Morning Glory
thing to
Milking
say.
Farm.
Yeah.
It's one, I read the beginning of it.
But you find this book too much.
Listen, the
Morning
girl couldn't
Glory
pay for her student bills, okay? She got student debt, and so she got a job at the milking farm, okay? Because she had to pay for college. Look, it's a scathing critique of late-stage capitalism is what Morning Glory Milking Farm is. And so she gets a job at a milking farm, and then she milks a centaur.
What is the second book? Wood Factory Chopping Barn. What?
So then basically the first centaur that she jerks
No.
off at the milking farm.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
because they use their cum for Big Pharma. Anyways, you gotta read it. It's a great book. And so she falls in love with the first centaur she milks.
You don't get to say one goddamn thing about precious Rachel Reed ever again. Sorry, she's not perverted enough for you. Just a precious woman writing about two human men and their release. Jeez. We open. They fuck. It's very exciting. We know they're together. I'm personally thrilled.
Can I interrupt you one last time?
Of course you can.
I swear, I'm so
Of course
sorry,
you
Catherine.
can.
I'm so sorry.
This whole thing is just two women screaming at each other. You simply must get on board.
If you're watching on YouTube, you'll know that this is almost like a YA young adult type of cover. Like it's playful, it's cute, it's animated.
Yeah.
If you go onto the book's Wikipedia page, you might see what I understand is the original cover.
No way.
Of this book.
There was one. This was the reworked cover.
Oh yeah, this is the palatable Waterstone's front door type thing.
It looks like it was made on paint,
babe,
which I like. I prefer that.
Would you like to describe it to our listeners at home?
I prefer that. Okay, the original cover, which should still be the cover, is just two hairless torsos of two of the most ripped men you've ever seen in your goddamn life.
Headless.
No heads. There's a chin, there's a hand. And one of them has a towel very low, and the other has, hockey trousers. Is there a word for that?
It looks like they've
Salopettes.
been photoshopped on.
And and they're loose and low. And I'm way more into this steamy vibe. Is that actual steam? Is there something?
It could be some
There's
steam.
some steam. It's much better than this weird digitized cartoon man boy.
Yeah, and it's more accurate, I'd say.
Yeah, it's much more accurate of the show. But it's important to say that they open with, I think, Boston beating Montreal in a game, and that immediate rivalry shows up in the sex dynamic.
Yes,
very quickly.
100%.
And then we go to, thankfully, they're still at the stage where they're like saying goodnight Rosanoff, and it's all very like, ooh, what do they feel about each other? And then it opens part 1 after a very hot sex scene, don't you think? Episode 1 or chapter 1 is pretty sexy.
The chapter 1.
Yeah, you hated it. Did you?
No, chapter 1 is, first of all, it's our first ever mention of Zamboni, and I'm very, very happy with that because there was not one Zamboni in the TV show Heated Rivalry, and if I have one issue with it, it's the fact that there was not a Zamboni.
Fair enough.
So I'm glad that a Zamboni makes an appearance, page 24. Thank fuck.
I just love, also she really does tell us every single, there's no doubt in our mind, there's always a punctuation for, before they have sex, she lets us know when each of them has gotten hard. Which I love.
I like that a lot.
She's like, don't worry about it. Shane was hard. And then also, Ilya was also hard. Both of their cocks had gotten hard. And I'm like, fair play. You know what? Now we know what we're working with.
I love that.
Yeah.
I really love that.
Yeah.
I also reflected a lot through reading this about how good the two actors were at acting, because some of the literal stage directions are in the text and they managed to bring them to life on screen in ways that you never thought they could. Like, for example, on page 28, it says that Shane blinking back frustrated tears that he refused to let fall. Yeah. That is so hard.
It's amazing
to do on screen, and he managed to do it.
You're already at the end of chapter 1. I would have talked about, frankly, the pre-chapter for ages, mainly because I really liked when there's a point where he says, Rosanoff says, I've ruined you, and that no one else will do, and Shane says, fuck off, and Rosanoff says, such a mouth on you. I just love that we're already, it's
really hot.
But part 1, we go back to 2008.
The very first time they met.
Yes. And it's so sweet. Shane loves his mom and dad. What a nice boy.
Yeah.
But it's pretty similar to the book, would we say? Or to the TV show, would we say?
I'd say the first half is pretty much like to the point where even the dialogue is just the same.
A lot of it's very similar
identical
dialogue. Yeah, absolutely agreed.
Which is great.
Except that he doesn't say you're not allowed to smoke here. He's like, you're supposed to smoke over there. And Ilya's like, who the fuck is this guy? Which I do enjoy watching him be like, I feel like, having read the books, Ilya likes him from the start, like from that moment.
Yeah.
Did
I
you?
agree. I will say, I think both of them in the book are like more, I don't want to say, I'm not going to go as far as say cartoonish, but they're more like concentrated versions of themselves. Mm-hmm. Like, not only is Shane, like, I think in the TV show, he manages to be like a little more playful than the Shane in the book. And
that would not be hard. The Shane in the book is so serious.
He's very serious. He's very anal. Hello. Sorry. And he's more of a sub, like more openly
Way more
a
of a sub.
sub.
I agree. There's no pushback from this guy. I will also say that if you told me in the book that they were different ages, I'd have believed you. There's such a, it feels like manliness to Ilya.
Yeah. With a
And
beard, right?
Yeah, and such a boyishness to Shane that but they're the same age. And I know that Shane spends a lot of time being like, he can grow a beard and I can't, which I didn't expect to be such a big part of the plot. But it's interesting to me that seems to be quite it felt like he knew a lot more. Like in the Ilya of the TV show, I feel like he manages to maintain an emotional innocence while having sexual experience. But he feels like he has, at least at the beginning of this book, more like sort of a sense of how to be like a sociable person than Shane.
Yeah. But I guess when you think about the fact that Ilya's significantly more independent than Shane. Shane is living with his parents. Do you know what I mean? Ilya lives in on a different continent, speaking a different language, and he financially takes care of his whole family. Yeah. Like he was forced to grow up, and his mom died.
You're right.
So that's all maturity points.
You're wise. And so then chapter 2 is the draft. They've obviously they have their first face off. They meet each other, pretty much the same. Then it's the draft.
I have a question for you, and I can't believe I'm about to ask you a sports question, so forgive me, please.
Go on.
What the fuck is a face-off? Like, I understand that they're looking at each other, but what happens sports-wise in a face-off?
Okay, thank you for asking. First of all, it's not a sports thing. It's a hockey thing, from what I can understand. There's not like a general given in sports that you'll have a face-off.
Okay.
From what I gathered from watching the television show, and that's all I have to go on, and this.
Yeah.
I haven't watched an ice hockey game, so let me be clear. We will find out, by the way, one of our intentions is to have a hockey expert on the show. Don't you dare turn off for that episode. But I gather they throw the puck in, and then they have to, and whoever gets the puck wins the face-off.
Oh.
Did you think that too, Charlie? Hockey face-off? I think that's what it is. I think they throw the...
I think I have Safe Search on, but it's just for boy things. I don't think my phone wants me to know that.
I reckon that's what it is. I mean, I'd be shocked if it was anything else. Go on, Charlie. She's got it.
A hockey face-off is a central strategic battle for possession that starts play occurring at centre ice to begin periods after goals or at designated dots following stoppages.
Yeah, sounds like whatever Catherine said, I think.
Yeah, but basically that's how they shut up. It's how they restart after okay.
So chapter 2.
Oh, Rozanov gets drafted first, obviously. Shane's absolutely devastated inexplicably. And then they go down to the gym, something I've never and I will maintain still doesn't make sense to me when you're having a bad day. They both go to the gym, except this time they're not on bikes, they're on treadmills. Did you remember this?
Yes, this is true.
I remember being aghast at the difference, but I guess one's easier to shoot sound-wise. I think that's just because a boom couldn't handle the two treadmills.
That's such a good point. But I also think that there's an inherent eroticism to a spin bike.
Do you?
I really do.
I guess you have to put your little bussies on there.
Yeah.
I've learned the word bussy because there's a hockey player called Bussy.
Yay! Very cool. Very, very
Thank
cool.
you, Roscoe, for sending that in to us.
I also think on bikes, again, if we're thinking from a filming perspective, you're closer to each other.
Yes.
You could get really, really close and personal in a way that you can't in two treadmills.
Interesting. Yes, absolutely.
So one of the things that I would like to point out, page 31, it says, Rozanov had turned 18 too just last week, which Shane knew because he was obsessed with him. And this is before their affair truly even starts.
Yeah, I love this. Before they have any physical contact.
But they are obsessed with each other.
Yeah, they can't stop Googling each other. I just think that's
so hot.
And it's so accurate. Yeah. Of course, that's the bit you find hot. He'd done his research. He knew everything about the boy. He knew his star sign. Yuck. I'm like, tell me about the release already. Very exciting.
But is he hard? I can't tell if he's hard.
I won't know it's starting until you say they're hard. It's like, on guard, on guard. I love it. But yes, okay, so in that moment, they then have their little sort of sexy interaction on the floor of the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And then he says, then you get Shane's inner thought, which is like him saying, you're half hard right now, which really funny, I just think, as a phrase. Apparently semi's not a thing in America or in Canada. You're half hard right now from sitting on the gym floor with another man. okay, that one he couldn't explain. And I love the sort of like slow realization, which, because I wondered when we watched the TV show, I wondered if Shane already knew he was gay. And in the book, it's very clear that he hadn't had those urges towards men, or that, like, I know in the TV show it's clear he comes to the realization he's gay, but I kind of assumed that, like, the rest of us, like, from age like 11, you sort of start to notice what your inclination is.
Yeah.
It feels like Shane has been so busy with hockey, he hasn't even thought about who he might be attracted to.
It's interesting that what he knows is that he's not attracted to women, but that doesn't suggest to him that he might be attracted to men.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, I think just as we read on, it's very clear that Shane's feelings are very specifically towards Ilya. So it's like, he's not homosexual, he's Ilya-sexual.
Barf, I actually want to die. Gross. Do you know how many straight women would say that to me? I'm not into women, I'm just into you. Grow up. Grow up. Honestly, get a life.
Don't sell yourself short.
Honestly, grow up. That's too much pressure, and grow up. But yes, okay, so chapter 3, we go in and they're in Ottawa, and it's Shane mania in Ottawa, obviously, for Ilya, which he hates because his face is fucking everywhere. Which, if you have a crush on someone, by the way, having been to the Edinburgh Fringe, that's quite stressful.
God.
It's quite stressful to see their face like, oh, Jesus.
Oh my God.
It's very stressful.
Page 36, it says, and Jesus that thought can read. That thought had consumed Ilya since draft day. Okay.
Which thought?
It says Hollander probably would have kissed him right back, and Jesus that thought had consumed Ilya since draft day. So it's very, very clear that they are obsessed with each other.
Yeah, and
they are obsessed with each other.
They're at juniors in Ottawa, and they and my favorite. Sorry, this is also where we start to see the sort of beginnings of Shane realizing that after this he might still be gay. Like, after, if he can manage to get over Ilya, it might not just be an Ilya thing, because he's like, he'd gone back to life as usual, largely not thinking about Ilya, while Ilya's kind of obsessing about him. Although he had also broken up with his girlfriend, but that was overdue, no stress. And he had sort of started noticing men, not his teammates, but, you know, a guy at Starbucks, and then a guy in a grocery store, and then the guy who was on Friday Night Lights.
Amazing reference. Amazing reference,
because, of course, if Shane watches any television for fun, which he
Lights.
Doesn't, but if he does, it's definitely Friday Night Lights. I loved it so much.
Jesse Plemons, Hive, rise up.
Please.
Okay. I don't know what the Venn diagram is.
I think it's probably quite insignificant, that overlap between
fans of Jesse Plemons and Heated Rivalry.
Yeah. Do you think
Jesse Plemons season 2? Let's go.
Oh my God, he would be he could be. Okay, I just realized who I'd cast him as.
Oh God, well, I don't know what happens.
Well, you don't know because you haven't read The Long Game, and I'm not supposed to have either, but I'm very bad with not knowing everything that happens to the people that I care about deeply, and I care about Shane and Ilya, so I read ahead a little bit, and I'm just saying that maybe there's some scope for him to be cast as the coach in Ottawa, but we'll get to that. That's in the future. Chapter 4, Toronto.
Get me Jesse Plemons.
Get him on the line.
line.
Their first hookup. Here we go. Did you think that part of me wished that I didn't know, if I'd read this pre-television show, I wouldn't have been okay with the flash forward. By which I mean, I think you lose the suspense of, are they going to, will they, won't they?
Oh.
Obviously I'd watched the television show, so I was like, get to the sex. But if I was reading this for the first time and I didn't know, maybe I'd be a bit like, oh, let there be a bit of humming and...
So I don't know if you know this, Catherine Bohart, but the current generation is really struggling with its attention span. And it could be seen in both the lengths of songs and also the structures of songs. More than ever, songs are now starting with the chorus because people cannot wait for the hook and they will not sit through the verse. And what I'm saying is that's what she's doing right here. She's a Dua Lipa song starting with the hook.
Then let me say this. I really don't think that the people who like this kind of stuff will like Austin.
Who's Austin?
Jane. Jesus Christ! What? How are we friends? Oh my God. At least the girls in an all-girls school had all read fucking Jane. Let's talk about their first hookup.
I'm like happy she's on money, but doesn't mean I have to. That's the only kind of Austin paper I'm interested in.
I'm happy she's on money. You're such a capitalist. All right. So they do the advert together. Remember they do their advert?
Yeah.
And he gets called pretty by Ilya.
Yeah,
It's
he looked
so sweet.
stunning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stunning. I think
Very pretty.
one of the things that we have discussed
Yeah.
is like how exciting it is to see men be soft with each other.
So gentle.
And our understanding is like generally straight women are really excited to see men be vulnerable
Yeah.
in such a way.
Yeah.
There's such comfort in knowing that men can feel those things because women are subject to so many sort of men who are just like, okay.
Yep.
And so it's so exciting for them to be giddy and soft and gentle and stunning and pretty.
And flirty and sweet and gentle. And they do their record for their advert and then they go to the shower. And it's basically the same scene, but with like the level of detail I'd actually want.
Yes.
We're like talking about when they get their hair wet. We're talking about exact positioning, which I find really, really sexy.
But it's what's important is the order is changed because when I watch a TV show, I had assumed Ilya is the initiator because he touches himself. But in the book, Shane's the one who gets hard first.
Oh, interesting. I feel like Shane looks first in the TV show.
I think once you have read the book, the TV show is kind of recontextualized. But I think for like on the first watch, I was like, Ilya's going for it.
Yeah, because in the book, essentially, Shane looks at Ilya and his goddamn beautiful ass.
And it really says it was a really impressive ass.
Yeah.
Correct.
Correct. They cast it right. And I'm glad they started there, by the way, that they were like, we can lose the beard, but we must have the ass.
Can you imagine what if the casting was for a really impressive ass?
I would actually die with excitement if I got that casting call. I'd be like, me? You really mean it? Little old me? But I love it. So yeah, I think that that he gets a semi, right? And then Ilya's like, oh, you like what you see,
Yes.
which is a fun thing to say.
So it's like a less bold move and maybe less predatory move to start jerking off at him, knowing that he has a halfie.
Yes. On reflection, that's true. Now that you've said it out loud, that is correct and true. And then, same as ever, Shane leaves and is like, not here. And when he says, by the way, like what you see, he says, no, it's not. I was thinking about something else.
Wait, where was this?
In the showers. It says
Yes.
Shane wanted to die.
And then
And Ilya says something else, which I just really love. It's just like, imagine.
but the hottest thing ever happens literally on the same page. This conversation gets rehashed. Can we please read it together?
Yeah, where are we? Page
Page 44.
Thank
I
you.
open with, what were you thinking about?
Shane swallowed. His throat was bone dry. Ew.
He said quietly. Oh, that's hot.
Rosanov heard him and smirked. He gave himself another stroke.
You want to touch me, Hollander? Oh, come on.
Shane actually just wanted to watch Rosanov jerk himself off, but truly the most.
Oh.
Not here, Shane stammered. Someone could come in.
Hot.
Hot!
This
It's
is
so hot. Yeah, tell me, that's just sexy. That's sexy stuff.
But also how quickly he just admits to it. Like
Yeah,
literally
I
on
know,
the previous
right?
page, he's like, no, it's something else. No, okay, it's you.
Yeah, okay. All I wanted to do was watch you jerk yourself off.
What, does that make me gay?
There's a line somewhere in this, I can't remember, where Shane's internal monologue is, this was really gay. I'm like, my boy, my baby boy. Yes, of course
Yes,
it
please.
is.
Yes, please.
Very sweet. Okay, so then, of course, he goes to his hotel room. He brushes his teeth. He flosses, which I love that you get this detail in the book. He rinses with mouthwash.
And you like that because the tuna melt thing made you so upset. You're
I
happy.
didn't like that. Get clean, my boys. My favorite thing about this is that he's like, his whole plan is that he's gonna just say, "This is ridiculous. We shouldn't be doing this. It's too dangerous."
Yeah, that's what you wash your mouth for.
And brush your teeth and wash your mouth. Yeah, it's just like, okay, my darling. Fixed his hair, switched his phone to silent mode, and then he does all of the TV stuff, which is really fun. And then the knock came at 7 minutes after 9 o'clock, which again, j'adore the detail because that is 7 minutes to fucking freak out. You're like, okay, well, we thought it was 9 and it's now 7 minutes past 9. So for the 6 minutes before that, you're like, he's not coming. I've brushed my teeth for no apparent reason. Like, I mean, I guess people brush their teeth of an evening. Anyway,
Shane, stop pretending you don't brush your teeth for fun, Catherine.
That's true. I have a system. Shane checks the peephole just to make sure Rosanov wasn't pranking him or anything. This is too sweet for words that he wasn't pranking him. Imagine. I guess that is a worry when you hang out with men all the time and you're on it's like a sports team.
100%.
Can you imagine? Yikes. Anyway, then they have sex and it's the best.
I will say that page 48, it contains a line, both the best line, as you've already pointed out, fuck, this was really gay, which I do think is fantastic and deserves a Pulitzer alone. I will say it also has the worst line I've read in this book, and I say this with all the love in the world, Rachel Reed. The turn of phrase, he wanted the denim barrier to be gone.
I told you how I feel about this. You text me when you read this. You text me. What did you text me? You text me just that line. He wanted the denim barrier to be gone.
What are you talking about?
And what did I say to you?
You just enjoyed yourself, didn't you?
I said, how dare you? It's obviously about borders. Let them have an international love, Olga.
That is really funny. I know. I think that's, in the words of Helen Bauer, unchristian. But I will say, you wanted the denim barrier to be gone. To me, and again, I say this with so much love for you to read. I love the second half of this book so much. And we wouldn't have Heated Rivalry without you, and we've been sitting here without you. But it reeks of me, that thing where you write an essay in high school and then you replace every word with a more fancy word. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like you go on thesaurus.com to be like, what is another word for happy? And it's like, denim barrier? Do you mean jeans? Girl, do you mean jeans?
I'm trying so hard to defend her, but it is tough. So that one's tricky, but also you knew she meant jeans, and it's just an interesting way to say it, isn't it? Isn't it? I read it as the difficulty of their Russian Canadian love. And I won't be rolling back on that. Fuck, this was really gay. My favorite thought.
It's lovely. It's lovely. It's lovely.
It's stunning. Stunning. Okay. So then they have the same interaction again where, like in the TV show, Ilya goes to leave, as if he was going to leave him without getting him off. And there's a lot more fingers and hair in the book. Can I say that? There's a lot more like tussling each other's hair, running their hands through each other's curls. Do you love it? I'm always thinking, you're not meant to touch curls. That's what I'm thinking the whole time.
You're the cutest person in the world.
I'm like, leave them alone.
Sorry, slit watch. Dirty little slit. I will say that when Shane starts to give head to Ilya for the first time, he tongues the head. Obviously, that's where you start, and then he says it tastes like skin.
He does say that. He does say that. He says it tastes like skin. An editor could have helped her out with that. Don't you think?
Oh, what do you mean? I'm sorry, the epidermal barrier?
I did.
That's what it tasted like.
It's a shame, isn't it, that one? That's a bit strange. It feels like, why bother saying what it tastes like if all you're going to say is skin? Just leave it out, I reckon. It's like being like the cake tasted of cake. You're like, yeah, the penis tasted of penis. I don't know, my guy.
Penis tasted of penis.
That is basically what she's
with
written,
undertones of dick.
Yeah, yeah.
Ball undertones.
No, but I don't think we're doing the book justice, because what I will say is we're on page 50. If you've been reading this at home, like I had, you'll have come twice. And that's just something
She's having trouble unsticking the pages.
That's just something to say. How dare you? I put it down every time. Neatly with my bookmark. And then I laid out a plastic sheet and I had a nice time. No, but seriously, you should just don't write it off, is all I'm saying.
It's true. And the thing is, and we're 50 pages in, and you probably read this all in one breath. It reads really, really easily.
Yeah.
And it's got like some... The thing I like about the sex scenes is that she doesn't shy away from the like awkward bits. I think they really inform the sex and make it more real. Like, for example, when Rozanov is watching Ilya blow him, he's watching him give his first blowjob with great interest.
Yeah.
Which I love that.
A page before that on 51, one of my favorite points. He says, Rozanov licked under Shane's ear and Shane gasped. There's a lot of gasping, by the way. Did you like it? Rozanov asked again. Shane swallowed his saliva and his pride. Yes. And it's like,
little sub.
Yeah, but also the fact that she mentions both, it's like, there's no need, but fair dues. Yeah. And it's cute. He also says Shane looks like a swimmer because he's so hairless, which I find very endearing.
Very sweet.
I
like
but
that a
also
lot.
checks that it's all natural, which I think is also cute because I feel like if somebody would take the time to remove all of their hair for some sort of like hockey efficiency, it would be Shane.
When he reached Shane's cock, Rosenoff greeted it with a long, slow lick with the entire surface of his tongue, like it was a fucking ice cream cone or something.
Or something. Why or something?
Why ice cream cone?
Why or something?
Why ice cream cone?
For me, it's like commit to the bit. Why or something? Is that what men want, by the way?
Rosenoff licked and sucked the head, tonguing the slit.
Hey, you've had sex with men lately. Is that what they like?
And I say this with okay. First of all, I wrote this down because Ewan has said this directly to me. I have this in an email to
The
myself.
last time I was having sex with men, I was so young and they were so young that I don't know that I'd have trust them to like be clean enough for me to want to tongue their slit.
Honestly, sorry.
Can I say that?
The second you said that, I remembered the sex that I was having in college, and the boys were so filthy.
The smell of whey.
Yeah. I used to date. I can't even say hook up because I fully dated this man. He had
I'm describing full like year-long relationship boyfriends. Yeah.
A tower in his bathroom of the cardboard the cardboard cylinders that are left over after the toilet paper is gone.
No. No.
You think he had a clean dick?
Nope.
Ewan McAdam, love of my life, my fiance.
Clean dick.
Okay,
We
so
hope.
I have been licking the slit for fun.
Say it's clean. Clarify for him.
Very clean, very clean.
You've been
Sorry.
licking since this show. You've been licking.
Yeah, because I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. I integrated it into my routine, and quite a genuinely upset Ewan McAdam said the following words. I had to write them down. We need to have a love life that's not tainted by hockey porn. Great use of the word taint, Ed.
Oh my God, that's so funny. That's so funny. Wow.
And I can't make that promise to him because there's so many books.
No, we can't. No, we simply can't. That's so funny.
I'm assuming your partner said the exact opposite of that.
Oh, she just doesn't know what's going on, but she knows that she looks pretty every day now. You look very pretty today. And she says, that must be true. Chapter 5, rookie season begins, obviously. And it's their first NHL game.
I'm sorry. I'm still not over that. I'm so sorry. I have more things to say about the sex scene.
We don't have to.
Okay.
No,
I'm
please
really sorry. We'll do.
No, you must.
Okay. Watching this big, beautiful man. This is Ilya going down on Shane.
And by the way, it's absolutely fine if, like, Olga, all you care about is chapter 4 in the first part. I don't think you'd be alone in that. That's fine.
Watching this big, beautiful man who knew exactly what to do with his tongue and lips and, God, his teeth. Girl, what?
Teeth.
What are you doing? What?
No, that I buy.
What do you mean? What are you doing with your teeth during a blowjob?
Just a little. You're doing very little.
What are you talking
You're doing
about?
a little. You're doing a tiny bit. You can do a little bit. You can very gently use. I mean it. Okay, the room's not helping me. This isn't a good metric. Right in a little bit of teeth in a blowjob. Just a tiniest bit is okay. Just for a little bit of friction. Come on, that's nice. I recall.
She loves danger.
Yeah, like don't startle anyone while they're at it, but I'm just saying, yeah, I think you could do a little. I don't hate it.
Okay. Shane emptied himself into his mouth. Again, I'm just talking about word use. All right, chapter 5. We can now move on. I'm done.
Chapter 5 opens with my favorite descriptor of Shane. Shane was a man of routine. Yes, a man after my own heart. Love it, absolutely. Every morning he woke up at 6 o'clock and immediately went for a 10-kilometer run. Now this part feels unrealistic to me.
We did a 10-kilometer run one time in Melbourne. Remember that?
We can run 10K, sure, but
we almost died.
We didn't almost die. Did we almost die?
We fully almost died.
Why? Oh,
I think we were trying to impress each other. We were
both
please can we
stop?
stop?
We were running like those boys were on that treadmill. Actually, now that you say it, because now that you say that's so funny. We went on that run, and I knew that you were a runner, but weirdly, I ended up pacing, and I don't usually pace. I don't usually go first. Ellen usually goes first because I always start out too fast, which is exactly what I did in that scenario. And then was like, fuck.
I was fully dying.
I got to keep this up. I got to just keep moving. But yeah, you're right. That was and it was like a real smog in Melbourne at the time.
Yeah, it was.
So
the air was thick,
and it was warm. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. It was a great bonding experience.
It's weird that you didn't use your teeth later. But that's No, but they have their training camps. They're on Sports Center.
And this is the rise of their rivalry, right?
Exactly.
So they're on TV talking shit about each other. Famously, Ilya gets asked about Shane Hollander, and Ilya very cheekily goes, "Who?" Which is very Mariah Carey, I don't know her vis-a-vis J-Lo coded.
You didn't need to explain beyond Mariah Carey. I was with you, but yes, it's so good. And also he starts to say that he's going to score all of these goals. And Shane, we get a real clear picture of Shane because he's like, what? Are you kidding me? You can't be saying things like that. And it's just like, oh, sweet boy. It's so interesting. Canada really is the Ireland of North America. I see it a lot.
Speak on that.
I will if I may. In that you see this sort of braggadocious Russian who I guess I would also consider like Americans are quite confident, and the sort of smaller nations tendency to be like you wouldn't want to be bigging yourself up now. People would think you're a real dickhead, so it's better to just be like you under promise over deliver is a real sort of like tall poppy syndrome to him that I really relate to. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I guess I don't feel that at all. I'm a Russian person who
Good
sounds
for
American.
you, girl.
I don't feel that at all. In the scene with his parents, so Shane is having lunch with his parents, much like in the TV show. He has a thought which I really enjoy. Yuna is going in on how much of a jerk Rozanov is, and Shane thinks he's better at blowjobs than me. That's so lovely. He knows how to use his teeth.
Hey now, mom. He's not all bad. Hey, mom. I love it. She also then says, you will screw Ilya Rozanov, right? And then he's like, or not.
Other way around, preferably.
But then he has to say to his mother, sure, screw him, which I really enjoy. Then we get another face-off, right?
There's face-offs. Yeah, as you can tell, I mostly focus on the sex scene.
Yeah, it feels like you don't care about the hockey at all. What a surprise of a continued theme. Speaking of hockey, and I'll move through this fast because I know that you don't care about it, but unlike in the television show, in the television show, if I'm not mistaken, we only have one all-star game. We only see one all-star game where they play on the same team. In the books, they use the rivalry to make it so. Basically, a big part of their rivalry is built up by the league, and that becomes really apparent in this book. It's not like they just hate each other and that they are one-upping each other. It's also that the entire industry, the PR machine, and the sales, I guess, of tickets and jerseys and all that is built around a narrative that they hate each other. And so where they should be playing together on all-star teams before we get to see them do it in the TV show, instead, the league basically changes the rules and is like, no. So such that they can manifest a game where they have to play against each other because that's how much people love to watch these boys hate each other. So the pressure to be seen as enemies and to oppose one another is very high.
100%. And you'll see that we touched upon it when we watched the TV show, but it's much more apparent here that Shane's fear of coming out is less informed by being gay and more informed by the fact that this rivalry is such a big thing.
Yeah, he's terrified of what it will do to their careers and also of what people suppose it means that they've kind of, whether or not they've been playing hard enough against each other, whether or not they've been like professional in that context. Yeah, absolutely.
Then the press conference happens, much like in the TV show, and the foot tub happens again.
Yeah.
Very sweet, very cute.
Sweet.
Okay, when they get together in a hotel room yet again, I'm back to the sex. I'm so sorry, guys.
No, please go there.
Some hockey is happening, but not for me. They broke apart and Hollander looked at him, eyes wild and dark hair a mess, silently begging for instruction. He is such a sub. I think maybe I recoil from such hard dom sub dynamics. If it's a little hinted, sure, but it's like if I am your puppy, tell me what to do. I just kind of don't like that.
There's no puppy talk.
Silently begging for instruction?
Yeah, because he's new to this. Part of that is.
Okay.
That's partly that he's new to this. And it's Shane, so he wants to please. He's such a type A, like he wants to get it right. And he's a massive sub. And I love it. What page are you on?
Oh God.
75?
The silently begging for instruction was 72. 75 has the turn of phrase puckered opening.
Yes. Speak on that.
Okay, well, look. The evolution of butt stuff in this book is, I will say, unrealistic, okay? And
okay, we didn't talk about this enough in the television show, so let's get into this, actually.
Yeah, let's talk. I'm ready to talk.
It seems unrealistic, does it not? That first time he gets fucked, they just go for it. And he seems fine with it and enjoys it.
That's unrealistic to me. It's unrealistic to me that they waited that long to have anal sex. It's also, and again, this is spoilers, extremely unrealistic to me that Annie Lingus is somehow more intimate than both anal sex and blowjobs.
Oh, wow. I disagree with you on 2 counts there.
They've like, so it sort of feels like the bases that Rachel reads, like the first base, second base, third base of gay sex that she's decided, our first base is blowjobs, second base is anal sex, and third base
is rimming.
Yeah. Which doesn't feel true to me.
Can we just go back though? So you think it's unrealistic that they waited this long to have anal sex?
Yes.
But it's only like the 3rd time they get together or something.
Fair.
Isn't it?
And it is also Shane's first time.
Yeah, and even though it's like
and Ilya wanted it on the 2nd time.
And they didn't want to do it when they were surrounded by people who might hear. For me, what's unrealistic is that he like there doesn't seem to have any qualms and it's all just like a good time.
Part 2 though, right?
Is it?
I think it might be. This conversation never happened. No,
because forget it. Wipe. Just do a little Men in Black to yourself.
He let his fingers trail down below Hollander's balls. He tapped one finger against his puckered opening and waited for a reaction. So this is him just exploring the idea.
Sorry,
of butt
I love the
stuff.
idea of being like, doo doo.
Anybody home?
Hello. Hello. I'm just gonna see if they're in. Hello. Waited for a reaction. What's he expecting? The letterbox to open. Hello. Hello. I love it. Love it. How cute.
Oh God.
And then so the anal sex is part 2, so we can't talk about that. But what we do know is that But sorry, to go back to your point about the bases, I think rimming is more intimate than anal sex.
Interesting. I think you can think that, but I don't know if this is true for gay men. This is the person who testified to me was my flatmate, who is a gay man in a gay man relationship.
I feel it like in the way that
shout out to Phil and Marcus, love you boys.
Thank you for saying that. But also, I hate to break it to you, women can rim too. So I think I'm allowed.
Everybody's got a butt. That's kind of the best thing about it.
Yeah, I'm allowed.
I think butt is the bisexual number 1.
I do agree with that. But here's the thing: I think in the same way that I find someone going down on me more intimate than penetrative sex.
Agree.
To me, it's kind of the same vibe. You're like, I don't know what's down there.
Yeah, fair.
I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah, and
I did a comprehensive wash, but we can't but hope. I don't know.
But I guess is a very female perspective.
Yeah.
Because also, I agree with that, because it's like, if I don't love you, I'm not going anywhere close to your butt.
No, Jesus, no. That's not oh, God, what? Keep it to yourself.
I've never liked a stranger enough to lick their butt.
No, I'm not checking if anyone's in. No thanks. No thanks. Slight little bit of sort of weird internalized homophobia from Ilya on page 77. Love it. Your hands are so soft like a girl's. Fuck Oof. You. Yes, please.
And then the sexiest thing happens. It's just an exclamation point. Ilya bit his own lip and gave up teasing his rival. For now, he reached for Hollander and they brought each other off. Bring each other off.
They were bringing each other off. They brought each other off.
Frantically and roughly in the shower, letting the rush of water muffle their English and Russian profanity. There's a lot going on here.
I love it. Oh, by the way, there's something that happens in the book here, or before we get to where Ilya goes out and checks the hallways clear before Shane goes out. So they were even more paranoid in the book.
Hollander snorted, but he was smiling hopefully. Next time, God, he's such a fucking sub.
Okay, chapter 7, one of my favorite interactions in bed. You're gonna have hated it. I absolutely love it. Here we go. Are you ready for this? They're having sex and. Ilya gets lube and Shane is like, oh, it's cold. You could have warmed it up a bit. And Ilya's like, shush, relax, j'adore. And then again, we're back to he's rubbing his thumb over Shane's slit. Wish he wasn't. And oh God, this is the pre-cum bit where he gets like a bead of cum on his finger. Sorry, that bit. If that's hot, let us know. But I can't fathom it being. I just think that's not right. Anyway, with his other hand, there's a lot of ball tugging, which I didn't know.
Oh, I love to tug a ball. I do.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm out of the game. And all of which is to say, so Shane goes very subby on page 89. He's like, please, he whispered.
Okay, so anal sex does happen in part 1.
Well, then keep everything we said in earlier.
I take it back.
Is this fun to edit, Producer Charlie?
I'm so sorry.
No, that's fine.
But on 85, he goes, wrap his legs around the taller man's waist. That's weird to me. Do you know what I mean? Shane had no choice but to wrap his legs around the taller man's waist. It's like, that's Ilya.
Oh, you're just like, say his name.
Or he.
I'm fine with it. I'm like, let's make these guys completely.
Also, you completely glossed over page 85. Shane threw his head back against the wall like the eager slut he apparently was.
I like that from Rachel Reed. Don't mind if we do. But page 89, I'm sorry. I know that is all very sexy, but my favorite bit is when he's like, so Shane says, please. And then Rosanov says, please what? And
Would
he's
you like to do this? Let's read it out. Come on.
Okay. Please, he whispered.
Please what? Rosanov asked with a raised eyebrow.
I don't know. Shane answered honestly.
Please touch you here? Rosanov asked, his fingers trailing below Shane's balls and over the smooth skin that led to...
Yes, Shane said. He closed his eyes and let his head fall back on the pillow. No, that's not my favorite bit.
Okay.
Keep going.
Do you know how this works, Hollander?
In italics, so we know it's in Shane's mind. Not really. Yeah, sure. He opened one eye. You've done this before.
Yes.
With the coach's son?
Rosanov shrugged. Sure. He was one.
Oh.
Girls too, Hollander. You have not done this with a girl?
Shane had never really wanted to do anything with a girl that was complicated or that would make things take longer. No, he said.
Rosanov stilled both of his hands. You have had sex before, yes? He asked.
That's my favorite bit. Yes, God, he says. It's just fun. It's like, I've had plenty of sex, Rosanov, lots. And then later on, Ilya calls him like Mr. Lots of Sex.
Yes, very cute.
And I just think it's fun to be like, to pretend Shane's a virgin and to be mean to him. But you would, of course, hate that. But I love it.
That's bullying.
I just think it's really fun. It's really fun. And then there's a lot of fingering.
The prostate comes into play. Shane's prostate. We love that.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Then Shane freaks out that Rosanov's cock is too big and will get stuck inside him. Rosanov would become stuck inside him. Oh, Jesus. They would have to call 911 or something. 911, what is your emergency?
I fell, officer. I fell. My favorite is that when Shane gets on his hands and knees, because that's how this works, right? He was pretty sure he had watched about 40 seconds of gay porn once before he'd gotten embarrassed and closed his laptop. Je suis Shane, my boy. I get you. If there's a manual, I'll read it. If there's a diagram, I'll watch it. But don't like this television show. It's rude. Also, page 92, he felt impossibly full. Very funny.
Oof. Oof, oof, oof.
What a horrible description. Or maybe that's nice. I don't know.
Okay, so he.
Oh, that's the 911 situation. You're dead right.
And they have loads of anal sex. Shane, like in TV show, says, now the bed's all dirty, which you loved.
Yes, I love it so much.
And then Shane shifted carefully to his back, already feeling the pain that was going to make it hard to sit down tomorrow.
That's hot.
Wow.
That's hot. That's a bit of fun. That's a bit of fun. Yeah, remember it tomorrow. I want you to think about it. That's good. I like it. I think that's good. May I say this? My issue was like, how is he feeling no pain during it? This is his first time.
Yeah, and why didn't he douche? Come on, this is a fantasy.
Yeah. Do you think Rachel Reed knows about douching at this point? I feel like she might have learned about it when we learned about it after the book. Just a thought. And then we go to Las Vegas, and that's where the part 1 ends, right? It ends in Vegas.
Yes.
And in this case, it's pretty similar. Obviously, Shane gets named Rookie of the Year. And the only difference here from the TV show is that it seems apparent Scott Hunter knows nothing.
Mm-hmm. Also, we don't get an insight as to why Ilya's being such a fucking dick. Like, I was informing myself with everything that I knew from the TV show. At this point in the book, it is not clear why Ilya's being such a dick. And now that I'm actually rehashing it with you, it's very clear to me that the reason, like, part 1 ends where it ends is that Shane lost his virginity to Ilya, and Ilya treats him like an absolute dick.
Well, no, Mr. Lots of Sex had sex before.
But anal virginity to a man.
Yeah.
And you're gay.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm rolling my eyes. I suppose you're right. But I also think, do we have no indication? I guess we don't. I guess you're right. Yeah.
That's why allegedly the Vegas remix chapter exists on Rachel Reed's website.
Oh, which we're going to read on Patreon.
And that's what we're going to read on Patreon.
Okay, fair enough.
Because it was, I mean, I've said this before about the TV show. At times, Ilya makes it very hard to root for him.
Disagree. And that's part 1 of the book. I don't know that was coherent. Hope you enjoyed it. So what happens now? I guess thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with another part 2. And in the meantime, if you want to hear more from us, we have a Patreon now. On Patreon, there will be a monthly book club. There are extra video content bits on there. There is a group chat you can join. But also, if you can't afford the Patreon, that's absolutely fine. What we would ask is that maybe you tell your friends about our podcast. Maybe you follow us on Instagram. Maybe you give us a good review. Maybe you give us a like. Maybe you give us a little 5 stars, ideally. Dream scenario. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Tonsil Hockey Podcast.
And we're always open to emails at tonsilhockeypodcast@gmail.com. I'm coming to the cottage.
We're making this up as we go along. Did you notice
I think
that?
they can tell.
Yeah. Bye.